All right. Hello and welcome to another trading live stream. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm going to work on getting my watch list built out real quick. We got about 10 minutes till the market opens. I typically don't trade pre-market. I'll sometimes look at the action, but yesterday I was feeling a little bit of FOMO on Phase after it squeezed about $4 a share pre-market. I didn't take any trades on it. And this one, again, is up almost 10% pre-market today. It's pulling back right now, though. So stocks from yesterday, I don't think I'm going to be keeping any of them other than maybe Phase on the watch list. Wow, BBBY is down 25% pre-market. Yeah, so I'll edit this. I'll get rid of all of them except for Phase. And oops. Let's see here. So one second. Alright, so looking over here, I'll add Snap. Someone popped up pre-market, higher float though. And then we have NUWE up about 92%. I saw MOB. I'll add that one to the list. NOGN. And the rest of them are kind of. I'll add our. They're smaller volume. Let's look at the charts here. Yeah, this one. Not really going to be interested in trading it unless it gets over VWAP here. Come on.
Here on Fade.
Whoa. So, okay. Sorry, just getting everything kind of set up in my haunches here. Okay. So looking at charts here. NOGN. It's made a nice move here from $3 to $8.39. Wow, but it's a bit of a dead cat bounce here after going down 65%. So I'm not super interested in this one. There's no news or anything. We'll see what happens with it. MOB. This one looks pretty nice charting wise. 5-minute pulled back a little bit more than maybe ideal here. So we'll see what, on open if we can get back and reclaim VWAP. And then we have these two pivot levels at 21, 24, and then up towards 39, and then high of day. So I'll add a few lines here. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes the simple just adding a line can be very beneficial. NUWE, this one's a bit cheaper. Action looks like it's kind of thinly traded. Charting wise, it looks pretty decent coming into the open. So I think I'll put this one on the secondary idea for into the open here. Snap. 1115. I don't know if I'll trade this one today. I know Snapchat has a higher float. I don't know what it is, but it's probably... Let's see. Whoops. No, not fins. Yeah, 1.2 billion shares float, so it's large float. Let's see about MOB. This one's got 175 million, so a little bit bigger float, but it's nice. NUWE is 10 million float. Okay, so I'll keep that in the back of my mind. And then phase again here popped up, and in fact, it actually, I don't know, it kind of looked like it halted here pre-market. I don't know if stocks can hold pre-market. Actually, that's a good question for the old interwebs. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. They can hold in pre-market and after hours trading, all that jazz. All right, so we got about a minute till open here, and I think I'm gonna be watching MOB. I mean, I really would like to see this thing over these levels here. I'll watch MOB and NUWE over here. And then I'll put some of the backup ideas on the other monitor. It's got phase. And MOB. Just in case anything starts moving nice, I won't miss it. Got about 40, no, we got about 15 seconds till open here. So I'll keep an eye on MOB on the open. Looks like phase is pulling back a bit here. We'll see what happens. They're both below VWAP. Market is open. Trade safe. Trade setups. Be patient. So looking at my watch list today, it looks like most things are green. I'd say about 80% of my watch list is green. Looks like the markets are green. NASDAQ by 0.9, SPY 0.3. There's NUWE is pushing here. There's MOB coming back to reclaim VWAP right away. And it's going to hold. I'll look to take 700 shares of this price stock if I'm going to take a trade on it. So that dip got bought up really nicely. Yeah, this thing's strong. Okay, so I'm going to get serious with this one. There's a high of 31. It's holding 30. It's 28 in the bids. It's not going to hold there. That was a potential dip trade at 20 there. It was looking a little bit heavy, so I left it alone. NUWE, this one, false breakout. Oh, let's see here. Just looking at everything else, looks like FaZe is selling off a bit. So is Snap, so is Hour. So yeah, it looks like MOB is the one for right now. Ha. Yeah, they got Minecraft characters for days, my friend. What's up, Bacon, in the chat? Yeah, maybe I should put this somewhere that I'll see it a little bit better. Because sometimes I miss the chats. Tim, what are you doing up at 8:30? You work today? This AM? It's pulling back here now, 16. Low of that candle. Looking at the scans, it looks like BBBY is one of the only ones that's moving nicely right now for momentum. That was not one that was on my list. I'll add it. Take a look at it. It's down 22%, so kind of a dead cat bounce on this one. But this one has, I think it's like a 1.3 billion float, something really high. I have traded it in the past, but I probably won't end up trading it today. Well, we'll see. There's NUWE coming up to test highs. NUWE. There's 35. It's going to halt at 39. Wow. This didn't move very much till it locked into a halt. I guess it was a 5% move though, wasn't it? Or, let's see. This was, yeah, about a 15% move. So I guess. So I will keep this on watch and watch on resumption for sure. So I'll keep it over here. It looks like resumption will be at 39 and 50 seconds if it's going to be a 5-minute halt. Let's take a look at these other ones real quick. Hour. Yeah, it looks terrible. Selling off. There's no volume. NOGN I haven't looked at. Yeah, this one's also just selling off. Light volume. We'll see if some of these can come back and make a tacit view up, but for now I'm not going to trade. Trade them down here. Phase, selling off. NOGN. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna be waiting patiently for the NUWE halt resumption. And looking at the daily chart, I should get some daily chart levels, daily levels graphed out here. Whoops. Get rid of that. So daily chart, looks like we're just coming into the... Come on, delete. We're just coming into the 200 EMA. We're over this daily resistance. So realistically, we have until, let's see, we're at 39 right now. So we got to pivot here at, was the high of this candle, 50. So that's going to be an obvious resistance, and 50, $half is a psychological level anyway. 68, and then pull one up here at this high, just to see if we get this high. Yeah, that's a pretty nice move. That nice red to green there after a bit of a false breakout candle on the open. 17 million shares of volume on that candle. Okay. Here comes MOB. I guess I missed this move. I was charting out those levels. And the resumption on NUWE is going to be in about a minute and a half. MOB, this was a recent IPO, that's right. So there was a break of 50, but a pretty bad break of 50. A break and then an immediate rejection there. Yeah, so resumption will be at, yeah, 39 and 50. So in about a minute here. No trades yet for me today. Potential dip buy down here at 40. We've got these wicks now to the upside here. It doesn't look too pretty. I'm going to get back over to NUWE. I'll stop that. So yeah, where's this going to open? It's going to open high. If it opens high, I'm going to look for the dip and the rip. If it opens flat, I'll watch, but maybe the dip and the rip. But I'm going to look to be aggressive on this. So we've got 150 on the daily and then 160, 170-ish there. There's resumption. Dip there. And it didn't push very well, so I'm going to be out real quick. So I was a bit slow. Somehow I was looking on the daily chart when it resumed. That was a little bit sloppy on my part. It dipped. I took an entry and it came back up, but it didn't. It wasn't quick. Usually on these, there's so much volume. I want it to be quick. At the red to green, so that's why I got out there real quick when it didn't red to green. So that was a good sell. Wow, that did pop out up nicely. Holy smokes. There's 50. Try at 47 on that dip for the retest of 50. I'll be out there right before the resumption. Oh, I'm sorry, right before the halt. So those, oh, it's not even to say. It's weird. So yeah, after those two trades, it's gonna put me green 105. So those are nice couple of trades there. So right here on this one, when this broke above 150 and pulled back, I got an entry at I believe it was 47 because it was holding there. And that got bought up nicely, and I sold into this push here. So I'll look again to be aggressive on this halt resumption. This thing's strong. Second halt now, up over this 50 level, and we've got 169 as the next daily resistance level up there. Yeah, and this one opened 6 cents higher. So if this does something similar, it'll open at about 60. Yeah, really nice though. I was 4 million shares of volume on that candle there. Honestly, on a stock this price, I should have been taking 1,500 shares, not 1,000, or even 2,000. But I usually don't like taking more than 1,000 shares, since like I just, at least at this level in my trading, I'm not super comfortable. So I'll get there. Work on my share size. But I've read and I've heard from a lot of successful traders that once you start gaining profitability and you kind of start getting over that hump, which I feel like I'm starting to get at, don't up your share size because you're feeling confident. So I don't want to make that mistake where I'm feeling good and confident, so I start taking, twice as many shares, and all of a sudden I have a big, huge loss, and then it feels a lot more unmanageable than if I would have just taken half share size. So resumption on this one. Is going to be at, so it halted at 40 and 59 seconds, so it'll be 45 and 59 seconds if it's going to be a 5-minute long halt, which it's probably going to be if it was this first time. But you never know. Looking out there, it looks like MOB, ooh, sad. That's rough to see. False breakout. Yeah, that's disappointing there. So that's right into view up. Hopefully that's not it for the day on this one. I didn't take any trades on this name. Take a sip of water. Ugh. What did I click on there? So NUWE, yeah, I gotta stay focused on this one. This is MLB starting to curl up a bit here, but NUWE is going to be the one that I'm going to want to pay attention to. So on this one, I'm going to look to see if it resumes higher, and I'll look for the same kind of setup. I have a feeling on this second halt after this dip got bought up so nicely, after the kind of standard dip and rip off the halt resumption that bulls look for didn't really work out, and this got bought up, we might end up doing that here. We'll have a nice dip and rip. So we got about 5 seconds here. Watching. Ooh. Didn't want to take that dip. Could have at 47, but opened flat immediately. I mean, it's holding here 52. Yeah, it was worth a shot at 52 and it held there for so long. High of 65. Those micro pullbacks are getting bought up really nicely. Right into this daily resistance now. It's holding. Yeah, I should have been entry right there. Anticipating the break. There's 70, 72, and it's going to halt again. Wow. Oh, false halt. Let's see what these 1 minute pullbacks are going to be. Sometimes I get myself into a bit of trouble on the 1 minute pullbacks. So I want to be careful here. Middle size down just a smidge here. Want to be careful. I almost bought that dip there, but then I stopped because the thing seems to get locked up easily, and I do not want to get locked into a halt down. Does not sound like something that I want. It's 57. Back over 60 now. Try that 65. No, I'm gonna be out real quick. I saw the big bid pop up here, but it got bought into really aggressively, so I'm gonna be out. That was a good decision to hit the sell button there. So if I'm trading, all right. The one trade that I'm gonna miss on this one was, I think it was right here when this held really nicely when this dipped, and then when it came back up and then held at 51, 51, 51, 52, 51, and then I saw 53. That should have been my entry there. And then potentially here on this pullback, could have been an entry as well. But looking out there, everything else, phase is sold off, MLB is sold off. The indices are doing well. Nasdaq's now up 1% on the day, SPY 0.5%. See what this 5-minute candle is going to do here. First candle making new high would be at 70. It's about 9 cents off that. Hey. So that dip's gonna get bought up. There's 67, 65. It's holding. No, didn't hold there. Didn't hold it there. So we got these wiki candles. We got this range here. Can you look for a dip buy to just try to trade this range? NUWE up 150% in the day. Nice. Some good momentum here off the open. So that's good to see. I don't know if I want to try this again on the 5th dip in this range. Sometimes I don't read these well, though. So when I look at something like this right away, I think, okay, if I'm going to go for the dip buy, if it ends up breaking below the lows of these 3 candles at 57, I feel like when it hits 56, maybe yellow of this candle or 55, that's going to trigger the long stop losses that bought this dip here trying to anticipate the curl. So to me, I think that, if I get in and it ends up dipping a cent, it's going to end up, flushing 5-10 cents when stop losses get triggered. But a lot of times I misread that, and then it ends up dipping where I think it might end up flushing, and then it ends up being like a smaller low, a lower low than these, like in this example where this is lower by 1 cent, and it gets bought up and goes. So instead of hitting stop losses and selling off like I think it's going to, it gets bought up nicely and then reverses. So I gotta find out what the factors are that, because I've also seen it where the stop losses definitely do get triggered, and then we'll cross over a level, a support like this, and it'll flush. Nice. We got 56 million shares of volume. Could have been maybe a dip buy there, but I wasn't super focused right in that moment. And that's gonna get bought up really nicely. So this thing's pretty strong. Put MLB over here just in case. 65. We're holding. Wow, and that got bought up nicely. Look at that. Right to highs. I thought about buying that dip too, but that was strong. Is it going to get locked up here? Looks like it, yeah. So, okay, this is halted up. Wow, what momentum. We're up almost 200% now on the day, up 182. 182%. We've got 60 million shares of volume on it. This is good. This is nice to see. Now, I should... what was the news on this one? Surges and positive data from prospective coronary artery bypass grafting treatment. Sounds intense. But okay, so that's... seems like a pretty nice headline here. Okay. So there's definitely a nice headline on this, which would make sense why it's up 182% on the day. Real quick, while this thing is halted, I should have about 4 minutes left. I'm going to go get myself some more water. Seeing some people say this is just a crap company, don't trust it. Could be. I guess I don't know. I didn't do any due diligence on the company itself. So the headline looks like a decent headline. Looks like a relatable headline. If that makes sense. Relatable meaning most people know what the coronary artery is. It's an important big artery. Okay. Okay, so resumption on NUWE looks like it's going to be in about a minute and 20 seconds here at 55 or 59 rather and 29 seconds. Ooh, interesting. Goldman Sachs says, oh, not Goldman, something different. European power prices crater 50% down to levels not seen since 7 days ago. Someone in a group that I'm a part of just is constantly giving nice geopolitical news. Can't forget to send that good morning text. Whoa. Why did it resume there? Oh, yeah, I guess it was 29. I thought it was 59 seconds. So it's going to resume flat. I'm sorry, lower, and it's selling off here a bit. Yeah, and it's going to halt to the downside here. So this thing's pretty halty. I mean, it doesn't take tons of movement for this thing to halt. I guess it's a cheaper stock, so, you know, 10, 20 cents is more of a percentage than it is on a $2, $3 stock, $4 stock. So I guess that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, it's going to halt down here. Still quite a ways off of VWAP though. So I'll look to trade this on the resumption to see if it's going to open and dip and then see if that gets bought up. I don't think that this thing is down and out yet today. But you never know. You just never know. Oh, so that halt actually looked a bit different. Okay. So, gonna be a bit of a rough resumption on that one. No trades on it. Took a couple trades in this section. So I'm plus 105 on the day. 2 nice trades on NUWE. Looks like, wait, there's an IPO today? No, not really. Oh, so this is a trash company. Look how many times it's reverse split. Enough to make this a $5.7 million share stock at the highs. So yeah, very well could be a trash company at that point. But it's not to say you can't make a quick buck off trash companies. That is for sure. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. Halt resumption looks like it's going to be at 05 and 7 seconds if it's going to continue to be 5-minute halt, which I'm guessing it will be. This thing's halted a number of times now. We've had a halt here at 9:35. Resume and traded for 2 minutes is all. Halted again. And then traded, I guess, through all this area. And then when it popped up here, it halted. Popped up down, halted. So it's been 4 halts on this thing. But again, it's cheaper, so it doesn't take as much price movement, like to the cent, to halt it up, because it moves more percentage on, less cents. And looking around at everything else, I don't think there's anything else I'm interested in trading. Hours came back up here. I guess I didn't see this one. There was something about this one I didn't like. I can't remember what it was. I don't want that. I don't think there was a good news headline on Hour. Float on Hour looks like it's only 1.7 million according to Finviz. Ooh. Some high-pitched noise sounded like it was coming from outside. I want to get back to NUWE. I'll watch on this halt resumption. We got about 30 seconds if it's going to be a 5-minute halt. Opens at 05 and 7 seconds. I always like having a little widget clock right here, because then I don't have to take my eyes very far. I can just have my eyes up in this area, and I don't have to move them down to look at the time here. Plus, I have seconds on it, so that's beneficial. Obviously, if you didn't have seconds on it, I wouldn't know when this thing's actually going to be coming out of the halt. So we'll watch here about 5 seconds. Some lag on that resumption. So it's a higher resumption off that halt to the downside. So that's interesting. I really would like to see this hold 55 and go green, and hope that's not going to fade towards view up here. $58, $59, $60. There's a potential entry at 60 there that I missed. I was a bit hesitant when it popped up and came back down and tested 60. That could have been an entry. Could have been a 5-6 cent scalp. I want to be careful if this thing is going to flush into a halt. I don't know what the heck that noise was. So this thing's just kind of basing out here around 60. There's a couple other things halted. I'm just going to look at them really quickly. Sometimes they're just dumpster stocks. FFHL. Yeah, I'm not interested in that one. SHPH. That one's just to the downside. Oh, this was is this an IPO from today? Looks like it might be. Pretty ugly IPO. It's like I want to anticipate to buy for the first candle make a new high here. But I don't at the same time because we've hit this level and bounced off it very quickly. So I don't want to get caught in now a fourth top at this. But if I can get a low enough entry on a dip to hold to anticipate the break of first candle making new high, then that would be a better entry. It's 35, 34, or 64 rather. Coming down a bit here. Markets are starting to come down here a bit. So we've got lots of resistance here from like 65 to about 70. And we just keep getting these wicks that we're getting sold into. Can we start to curl here? Or is it going to make new lows on this candle? Looks like it wants to break low. Ooh, ugly false break there. Of that first candle making new high. No trades on it there for me. Try there at 68. No, I thought I was going to break 70 there in a stronger fashion. There's 70, 72. Oh, come on, neighbor. Car alarm going off. Pull yourself together! Candle making new high. First candle would be 72. So is this going to make form a nice little bull flag here on the 1 minute? Got 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. Ugh. Yeah, no setup right here for me. 1 minute on this 5-minute candle. I really wanted to see this thing close strong around 70. That would have looked really nice on the 5-minute chart for a breakout. Yeah, if this candle could have been strong, and then we look for the pullback and then the rip over highs. I got 30 seconds of this 1-minute candle, or I mean 5 minutes. So this can get up here. This is actually looking kind of strong here with this this hammer candle. Got 15 seconds left on this candle. So it closed with a bit of a wick. It doesn't look terrible, but I would have rather seen this thing close at 70. Looks like the volume is starting to decrease just a little bit here. But so far, the volume profile is really nice. I mean, 24 million shares there on the green. A small 1.3 million share pullback. I guess, granted, some of these are halts, so In the 5 minutes is not as much volume. But yeah, here, 12 million, 9.5 million, and the pullback's only 2.3. So I think this thing has enough power to make another leg up. It's gonna reclaim 70. Not really. It's gonna break over 70 and then get sold off. Here's MLB. It's trying to make a push to VWAP here. So currently we're still just consolidating on NUWE, or NUWE. I've caught on watch, looking for anything else. I don't really see anything else to trade. MLB, like I said, is trying to make a push to VWAP here, but we'll see if it can claim and hold. We're still consolidating in this range here. So this is good to see. This chart looks good. It's playing out really nice. First candle making new high in the 5-minute would be at 72. Double top there at 72 on the 1 minute. But for the time being, I'm just going to watch it in this range. I might take a dip trade if it comes down to 59, like 60 area. But I definitely want to be in if it looks like this thing is going to break 72 to make that first 5-minute candle make a new high and break the double top. We only got about 50 seconds left on this 5-minute candle here. So we'll see how this is going to look. Now we have Doji. I'd hate to see these two wicks double topping at 72 in the 5-minute, but it looks like that's how it's going to end up closing. So let's see here. I'm looking at the chart. It's coming back up now. Here's 70. It's going to break over 72. We need more volume here. I want to see green coming in on the tape. There's 72. And it's going to triple top off that level. Man, that's disappointing. Ooh. There's a break. It's right there for the retest. No. Shoot. Gonna be out just a hair too soon. Man. So I got in for the retest, but it looked like it was gonna be a bit of a false breakout, so I got out and then it pushed to highs. Oof. That is an ugly 5-minute candle here. Come on, buyers. Man, I missed this trade to 80. I hit the sell button just literally a second too soon, and then it rips without me. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. It might be worth it to try to take some trades in this range while it's consolidating so nicely here. But this was a pretty terrible candle here where it broke out and we're right back to where we were. Looks even worse in the 5-minute. So just watching here, looking at the scans. Looks like, oh, I accidentally have the scans off here. I'm currently just waiting, being patient. Looking for this thing to set up. Oh, ALLK is moving here. It's this one. It's coming down here now. View up is at 46. Yeah, this thing likes to get bought up around these levels. I was trying to pull back here a little bit more. There's a low of 56. So far 50 has been a nice support. Oh, it's going to halt down here at 51. False halt. I'm going to go over to AL. Okay, I see it's breaking out here. I'll switch and put NEWE over here. $10 on this 1 minute candle. High this candle is 617. This one's a little bit more spready. Spreads are a little bit bigger. So watching the first candle make a new high would be at 617 here. Volume profile looks decent on this one. It's not as much volume, but certainly enough. I'm definitely not going to count out NE or NUWE just yet. Still kind of consolidating in this channel. Granted, we did have this false breakout, but here we go. Candle making a new high would be at 89 or 6. It's going to hold. No, not very well. Not going to hold there. Or 610, 613. It's going to come a bit lower here. I've been a bit cautious on the dip buys today. I don't know why. Right now the time is 9:30. It's been about an hour since the market opened. I'm gonna step away for a split second here, run to the bathroom. Alright, so get back in the seat here. Looks like the dip got bought up. Ugh. This dip here to 86 got bought up nicely. Back over $6 now. NUWE is still consolidating in this range. So I think NUWE could end up making a run after noon if it keeps consolidating here. There's no news on this thing either, so never a fan of these, or not never a fan, but more cautious trading these no news runners. Yeah, there's no headline on this thing, and it's up almost 50% on the day now. So I'll be cautious, but if it's gonna set up nicely, I'm gonna want to take a trade. Looking at everything else for the time being, we have NUWE is still consolidating in this range. I'd look for a break over these levels if it's going to be strong. I really think that this thing could end up being an afternoon runner today. MOB, below VWAP, BBBY. This one's pushing if you're into the higher float. I'm not going to trade it. Hour is faded below VWAP. NOGN, same deal. So yeah, it looks like the only thing that we're left with is really NUWE and that ATTK. Or ALLK rather. But this one's up on no news, so keep that in mind. High of day is currently 617, and it looks like we double topped there, or actually triple topped there. $608. I'm just gonna come back down here. So first candle making a new high was a bit of a fake out. I don't really like how this the price action is on this one, and sometimes the spreads seem to be they can open up within a moment's notice, and it can drop 5 cents quick. Markets continuing to kind of sell off for the day. So that's a bit blah to see. Same, is it going to be the same deal as yesterday where I woke up and... Come on, SPY. I'm trying to type in SPY. Let me do it. Soy. Yeah, it might be the same thing yesterday where I got up this morning and we were gapped up. And we're giving back all those gains. So yeah, the market sentiment has certainly not been so good recently. I'll get back to NUWE over here. This one looks nice. I really do think that it can be an afternoon runner if it can get back over these levels, especially if it can get back over 80 high of day. But we're gonna need quite a bit of green coming in if it does make a push because we have this false breakout here. So I'm gonna definitely be cautious of it. ALLK is still trading sideways. It's consolidating above VWAP here. No trades on this one for me. Looking at the scans, doesn't look like there's anything else moving than what I just talked about. So just waiting, being patient while these trade sideways here. Here's a push on ALLK. Right into these wicks though. Don't want to be buying into resistance. Yeah. Wow. They got bought up nicely there. Popped right back up to 6 from 86. Currently on the day, I'm up $89.80. Gave about 15 off the top on NUWE. Only 3 trades for me today so far. I could have capitalized a bit better. I didn't trade any of this move. I didn't see it. No. Yeah. I got in quick here at 16 to see if it was going to be a retest, but quick out before it flushed. Now that is ugly to see. It's right there at that dip on 70. No, I'll be out for right now. Thought it was worth a shot there on that dip. And NUWE is now halted to the downside. Probably gave back a little bit of profit on that there. Yeah, I did give back some on this. Shoot, man. It doesn't even really matter. It's like 13 up the top. 30. It's like, nah, shit. Here's Nerve again making a shot. But there's not a whole lot of volume on this thing. Actually, I might start looking at, I'll add Nerve to the list here. NERV, this has been a runner from the last few days, too. I'm also curious to see what this thing's going to do in the halt resumption, but it's below VWAP now. Definitely, it broke below this range. So 732,000 shares on this 5-minute candle right now. It's not bad. But I remember that this one can be a bit choppy. I've done okay on it in the past. I've also gotten chopped out and lost a pretty big amount. Resumption on NUWEs in about 2 minutes at 46 in 9 seconds. First candle making new high on this would be at 63. Wonder if this is going to form a nice little bull flag here. So far it looks good. But there's just not quite enough volume for me to want to trade it. I'm going to go over and watch the resumption quick on NUWE. Resumption should be in about... Oh no, I messed it up by 1 minute. So we still got another minute. So yeah, so far in the day, I did pretty well, but I gave a bit off the top now on this this false breakout here. Not on NUWE, but on... Well, there goes Nerve. On ALLK. Oh yeah, on this one right here, on this false breakout. I was up 105 on the day. And then on this, I tried to get in when it broke out for the retest. When it hit 615. And then from there, it started to flush, so I got out. So I gave about 30 off the top from that trade there. So resumption on this is going to be in about 30 seconds here. Oh no, about 8 seconds. What is this order at 45? That's strange. Very weird. It's gonna open lower. Yeah, no trades on this for me here. Still up 136% on the day. Nerve, it looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit more volume here. Well, no, I guess this breakout was about the same as these two green candles. The markets are kind of just continuing to pivot sideways here. They're about flat on the day. 0.3 on the Qs, 0.26 on the SPY right now. Yeah, this one, there's just not very much volume on it. It's not coming, there's not enough volume coming through for me to be confident in buying breakouts. That's for sure. 1380. 1386. Yeah, I mean, nah. Leave this one alone for right now. Oh, nice. Looks like Meta's up today, 6%. It's a pretty big move for that large cap monster. Mega cap. I wonder if this thing is worth taking a bit of a longer term trade for the curl back up. I don't know this one. That's probably why. It's a little funny. $155 is the high of these two candles here. Mm-mm. Yeah, now there's like no volume coming in right here. Volume is certainly decreased. Still though, relatively speaking, the red candles, the red 5-minute candles are not as high of volume. Except for this one here, 5.6 million. Oh, where'd the volume go? There's like none right now. Some comes in, there's 53. Whoops. It was accidental. ATXG is, yeah, okay, this thing looks wild. Definitely not trading that one. $57, $58. Hmm. I'm gonna be out too quickly there again. I look for the 1-minute pullback here. Yeah, so I'm telling you, this one looks like it can be solid here. This one looks like it could be an afternoon runner. It's gonna be strong. Nice volume spike on that green candle there. Ooh, nerve. This thing's also breaking out. But I'll keep my eyes on NUWE for now. I don't want to be buying into all this resistance here at 64 to 65, 70. So, just hanging on, sitting tight, watching Nerve here. This one looks like it's going to hit 15. It's now up 12% on the day. No trades on that one for me. Volume is still a little bit lighter, though more volume is starting to come in. And I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on NUWE while it's trading in this range here. But I don't want to give any off the top on less than good quality setups, because I overtraded this a little bit in this section here. Granted, I haven't taken too many trades today. Looking at the 5-minute chart, it doesn't look bad on this stock. I would like to see this thing over this resistance here at 65. So yeah, we've got this 65 level here, and then 67 right above it. Here it comes. It hit 65. Here goes Nerve to 1520. Wow. Come on, we need more volume here if we're going to break out. And we just don't have enough, I don't think. No. Yeah, volume has kind of just been descending. This is looking strong right here, though. 64. And there's a bit of a flush. Rejection off of 15 here on Nerve. Wow, this thing's got 100 million shares traded on the day now. And UWE. I don't know if I've seen 100 million shares in the day in a while. So is this thing powering up for another leg up? Feels to me kind of like it is, but if volume keeps decreasing here, then it might not be the case. Same as yesterday, here we go with everything on my watch list is slowly turning red again after the open. Boo. Boo. So yeah, we've got this very clear resistance at 65 here. All through this area, and now right through here, this area, we've got it like topping at this level like 7 times. Man, it's pulling away a bit here now. Pulling back, I should say. As volume is continuing to kind of decrease. And we still have decent volume on some of these bigger green candles, but I'm going to wait on it for now. So all in all, it's been a good day. Good opportunity this morning, but I did pretty well in this move, but I've given about 30% of it off the top. Bro, it doesn't even make sense. How? Someone saying that they got in at 4 on Nerve and they unloaded 100k shares at $15.10. 11, so that's a $1.1 million trade. Okay. Getting closer to wrapping up the day. We're at 10 o'clock now. And I might come back to trade NUWE if this thing wants to be strong. But I guess for now in the day, I want this to update because sometimes it takes a second to update. I don't know what that's about. Okay. So, yeah, ending the day plus 70, 80. For the time being, like I said, it might come back and trade the stock here if it's going to make another push. But for right now, the volume's decreasing. There's not as much movement. We're at VWAP. So, yeah, I'm going to be cautious of it. Why does it show? Man, VWAP on the Weeble is just weird. So why is it showing at 56 here, but I'm showing it at 48 here? Is it because, I guess it's because I'm using the bands. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And where are the VWAP bands? Indicators, VWAP bands. And I want to edit it. VWAP bands, and then we'll go to style and uncheck the upper and lower band. So we just have the middle VWAP. And that seems to be a lot more accurate representation. So on my other platform right here, Thinkorswim, shows the VWAP at 48, and that's where it is. So, and before it was at 56, so it gives a completely different look on the chart. So anyway, for the day, I'm gonna call it at plus 70. I gave about 35 off the top. I was up 105 on NUWE. Gave a little bit off the top trying to catch this breakout, and I gave a little bit more off the top on, I don't have it on my watch list there, but it was ALLK. This one was up running on no news. It was up almost 50%. And I went, when this broke out here, it pulled back, and I got in for the micro pullback to see if it was going to retest highs for maybe 31 or 40, and ended up being heavy, and I sold out. It was a small little loss, but ended up still being, like, I don't know what the loss was. I think it was like $30. So yeah, give 35 back off the top. But all in all, it was a good day. I have a couple good trades that I did take that I want to go over and look at, and there was a couple trades that I missed. There was one trade that I missed a 10% move when I got in for a dip, and I got out, and then it ripped without me. And man, I missed that one by literally a second, half of a second. So I'll have to go back and watch that and see if there's something that I can do differently in the future. But with those trades, I still want to stay being quickly in and out, quickly buy the dip, and if it's not getting bought up and breaking back up, I want to be out. But another thing to consider is if it's holding a level, that's also bullish. So I don't want to be too quick out if it's going to hold a level strong. So I'll have to go back and look at a couple of those. But yeah, so for the time being, going to call it today, plus 70. I'll be back in another recap if anyone's watching. Hope you agree on the day. Hope you traded some good setups. And take it easy. And I'm out of here.